Danny Koker built an empire with counting cars, but not every ride along the way was smooth. The hit History Channel series transformed Count's Customs from a respected Las Vegas shop into a global brand almost overnight. Viewers fell in love with the roaring engines, the flawless paint jobs, and the chemistry of a tight-knit crew that felt more like family than coworkers. But behind the bright lights and high-stakes builds, real issues were simmering. Issues that eventually pushed several team members out the door. Some exits were abrupt, others were shocking, and a few revealed deep fractures that fame only made worse. Today, we're breaking down the untold stories and revealing the 5 most dramatic departures to ever shake Danny's garage. To fully understand how things unraveled, you have to grasp the pressure that built up behind the scenes. Danny grew up in Detroit, where cars weren't just a hobby, they were a way of life. That passion eventually carried him to Las Vegas, where he became Count Cool Rider, a local rock and roll personality before opening Count's Customs. His expertise got him recurring appearances on Pawn Stars, which soon led to the creation of Counting Cars in 2012. What viewers didn't see was how demanding the job became. A build that looked effortless on TV might take weeks or months of non-stop grinding. Danny demanded perfection on every detail: paint, upholstery, mechanics, everything. Combine that with strict production deadlines, constant filming interruptions, and the growing flood of tourists, and the shop became a pressure cooker that even the most skilled employees struggled to survive. The most shocking and damaging departure came from bookkeeper Joseph Frontiera. He wasn't a builder or painter, but he held one of the most important jobs in the entire business. Joseph was responsible for managing payroll and expenses, positions that require absolute trust. That trust shattered when Danny discovered Joseph had stolen more than $75,000 from the company. He allegedly used the money for personal luxuries, including a down payment on a Range Rover and travel expenses, and even forged Danny's signature to hide the theft. Count's Customs filed a lawsuit in 2016, and Joseph vanished from the show without a word of explanation. His betrayal forced Danny to overhaul the shop's financial systems and remains one of the most costly internal scandals in Count's Customs history. Next is Scott Jones, the no-nonsense shop manager whose job was to keep budgets under control. Scott was the practical opposite of Danny, blunt, strict, and deeply focused on the numbers. From season 1, viewers saw constant clashes as Scott questioned Danny's wild ideas, pushed back on spending, and refused to sugarcoat anything. While this tension made for entertaining TV, it created a divisive and draining atmosphere inside the shop. Scott left after season 2, reportedly moving to Tennessee for personal reasons, but his relentless negativity and confrontational style had already left a lasting impact. For many inside the shop, his departure felt less like a loss and more like the end of a long-running conflict. Then there was Rolly Sabo, the fan-favorite detailer with the unforgettable accent and infectious humor. Rolly's work was meticulous, and viewers loved his personality. That made his sudden disappearance in 2017 especially painful. Not long before he left, thousands of dollars worth of detailing equipment vanished from the shop. The timing fueled widespread rumors that Rolly had taken the tools and fled. While nothing has been publicly confirmed, the suspicion hung heavy, turning what could have been a simple departure into one of the most uncomfortable mysteries in the show's history. Another major loss was Shannon Akow, the soft-spoken master motorcycle builder. Shannon was one of the most talented craftsmen in the shop, but as the show evolved, he grew disillusioned. Production began prioritizing staged drama over real shop work, and the constant interruption of filming made it nearly impossible for him to build at the level he expected of himself. Rather than compromise his standards, Shannon stepped away after season 7. His departure wasn't about betrayal, it was about integrity. Still, losing someone of his skill and dedication left a permanent gap in the crew. Finally, there's Horny Mike Henry, the wildly creative airbrush artist known for his mohawk helmet and over-the-top personality. Mike's art was spectacular, but so was his ego. His ambitious designs often clashed with Danny's need for consistency and brand cohesion. Add in the tight TV production schedule, which didn't always allow the time Mike needed to perfect his intricate work, and tension was inevitable. Although he still pops in occasionally, Mike's strong will and uncompromising artistic vision made him one of the hardest personalities to manage in the entire shop.